how secluded and stuff it is. But ooh, they're slipping and sliding too, so I better be careful. There's lots of deer slippy marks. Oh, almost fell. Almost had another one. Video of me hitting the ground. So today I am at the Nolde Environmental Center, like Nolde State Park, just outside of Reading. Amazingly enough, I've never been here before. I grew up near the area, but you know, I've passed the signs forever and ever and ever, but I've never actually been here. So I'm going to do a little exploring around just to kind of check it out. I know that Nolde, the guy who actually bought the property, bought it to make it kind of a really good place for people to visit. He planted white pines, so there's going to be, you know, there's lots of, even here there's a lot of pine trees behind me. Besides that, I don't know a ton about it, so I'm going to be kind of learning as you do. So when hosiery baron Jacob Nolde first saw the land in the early 1900s, poor soil farms and clearings covered the landscape. Most of the trees have been cut to make charcoal. Jacob found one white pine growing by the sawmill about 500 yards down in the valley. So that's, he said, if one white pine can grow here, why not others? And he set out to create the most beautiful pine forest in Pennsylvania. Jacob Nolde planted 500,000 evergreen trees by 1916. Some were set in cleared plantations, others were underplanted in oak forest. Like the white pines in front of you, his system yielded a showplace of forest management and became known as the Berks County method. So that's where Jacob Nolde came from. Learned a little bit something every day. It looks like there used to be a dam here at one point. There's a little culvert underneath it. I know there's a mansion here. I'm gonna kind of do a little loop here just to kind of see as much of it as I can. So we'll try to loop back past the mansion. There's a couple ponds. I'm going up to this, going to do a little loop around North Pond before I head down to the mansion. So we'll lots of birds out today. Beautiful spring day. So see what we can see. Definitely is squishy out. Had a lot of rain last couple days. So lots of mud. This is North Pond. Let's see if we can see any turtles out today. Oh, there's a big one out there. So one of the issues that Pennsylvania has, just like any forested area, is invasive species. The newest one in this area is this bug called the lanternfly. They're actually a really pretty insect. I mean, it's kind of like a giant tree hopper, but they're sap suckers. Like, they go on trees and they suck all the sap, and they kill the trees. Just a couple days ago, it was in the newspaper that they found a fungus that actually kills them. So hopefully they can do something with that. But I want to show you another one of the issues, the invasive species that we have in Pennsylvania. Right down there, we have gypsy moths. So this is a gypsy moth tent here, and you can see the little caterpillars crawling. These little suckers will grow up and they'll completely strip these trees bare of all their leaves, and then they'll end up dying. Pennsylvania does some spraying to try to keep the population down and stuff, but they spread really quickly. So you know, you try to destroy any nest that you see. I'm going to take a stick and poke at this one a little bit just to kind of lessen it, but it's ridiculous. You know, I know with the lanternfly, how the lanternfly came was it came on the some rocks from a quarry, that were imported from China or something for, you know, decorative stones for a garden, and they didn't properly sanitize them before they imported them, and that's how that we got millions and millions of lanternflies and this infestation problem that we have right now. Just gypsy moths, don't remember the story. I know it was kind of along the same lines, where it was brought in accidentally on some you know, shipment of something, but now they're everywhere, and they're just destroying trees left and right. Such a deer print in the mud down here. This is probably one of those places that deer really love, just because of how secluded and stuff it is. But ooh, they're slipping and sliding too, so I better be careful. There's lots of deer slippy marks. Oh, almost fell. Almost had another one. Video of me hitting the ground. And these. Wow. Yeah, it's really muddy. And I'm sinking a lot, so I'm going to take the high road. So this is Jack in the Pulpit. So if you look at it has a very distinctive look to it. You can see the stamen inside there. Jack in the Pulpit actually was broken down and used by the Native Americans. Supposedly, it was used to treat sore eyes. But this little rock outcrop at the top of the hill here. Bet you in fall this is a good view. Right now it's nice and green. Still kind of cool. I'm at the top of the Boulevard Trail. There's a pipeline up here. Makes for some cool little views. So, this looks like another spring house. So let me go check it out, see if I can fall in this one. Oh, that's pretty deep in there. Gotta get the flashlight out. Wow, it is. Little smiley face in the back. It's been like a spring house. Not a spring house. Like a root cellar. Something, some storage. And looks like there's another little spring house there, but that one seems to be all boarded up, or sealed up at least. Yeah, that one's concreted shut. Looks like we're walking up in another little building. A couple little buildings. Okay, so there's a bunch of them back here. Oh, this is a spring house. For sure. You can see the spring coming out of there. That one's sealed up too, but if you look, you can totally see the spring bubbling out of from underneath the rock right there. Walking down the hill here. It's another one of those little bunkers. And a big keep out sign. Great. So Now what? There's a trail. Oh, so they have to be spring houses. I think the trail is up the hill here. Yeah, they're spring houses. I see the pipe coming out from it going up to the big keep out bunker over there. All right. Another little one over there too. Okay, so back up the hill we go. Neat little bridge going over Watershed Trail. So this is actually a forestry practice. Every once in a while when you're hiking, you'll see these gates. They're not to keep animals in, they're to keep animals out. So more than likely they're doing some sort of, maybe planting some, immature trees or whatever back here. And they want to make sure that they're not food for the deers. So they build these little enclosures to keep the animals out, to kind of keep the forest healthy. This one's really tiny, so I'm thinking this is just like an example. Maybe they do a lot of teaching and stuff like that up here, so plus there's a sign about it, so I don't think this is a permanent one. One thing I really do appreciate about this this place is how all the trails are really, it's a state park. A lot of state parks have all the trails defined, but it's a web. So I do have my handy dandy map, but it is my first time here, so I'm kind of making sure I know where I go. But a lot of the trails are definitely defined with trail signs telling you which one it is, so that's a good thing. There's been a couple there that were kind of iffy because I didn't know if it was an actual trail or somebody had just like made a cut to make a cut. So, but I don't know. Beautiful park. Definitely coming back. So down here is what they're calling Painted Turtle Pond. Like one of the biggest bullfrogs I've ever seen sitting right there.
Yeah,
it's like
kept hearing them
a pound.
Into the water.
There's a snake peeking out right at the end of the board there. You see him? He's just kind of looking at you. So it looks like this is the main parking lot. And this is the mansion. Holy moly. We aren't kidding. It's a big, big building. They built this in 1927. It was Nolde's son who built it. Wow. It's good to be the king. Must be like a garden or something back here. We'll take a peek. The back porch. It's a heck of a porch. They said to design this in like a Tudor style of building. So it looks like old English, but not. Even got like the parapet tower thing. Beautiful. Beautiful house. I'd like to buy it. If I were only a millionaire. This little fountain back here. Cool little garden. Oh. And frosh. Froggies. It's really neat. Full of mosquito larvae. Holy moly. Beautiful. Alright, time to pick up the trail, get out of here. This is the trail that's right behind the mansion. I don't know if you could call it a trail. It's asphalt, so road behind the mansion. I'm trying to head back to the sawmill. So it's been about almost 5 miles. I think almost 3 hours. Exploring, walking around, checking out stuff. Neat place, very neat. And we're back where we started. It's almost a 4 3/4 mile loop. Definitely a lot more cars that were here now than there were this morning. Nice, warmer this morning too. It was chilly this morning, but alrighty. So that was Nolde State Park, just outside of Reading. Again, it's just weird that you know, I've grown up in the area my entire life, and I've never been here before, but now I have. So there you go. But yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful park. It's a beautiful pine forest, and you don't see a ton of that around here. Trails are well maintained, well marked. Map is pretty decent. And you get to see a wide array of stuff from, I mean, tons of wildlife. You know, you get to see the cool mansion and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have to try to come back here when they do an open house. I'd love to go in that building and just kind of, you know, go on a tour or whatever. So yeah. So if you like this video, make sure you like, subscribe, check out my other videos. If you have any ideas of where to go, you can email me at downhexhighway at gmail.com, and we'll see you in the next adventure.